Hi, my name's Pree. I was one of the artist researchers for the Making with Plays project. I was so excited to get started. I've done research in the past as a part of my master's and also being a part of other research projects before, but I was so excited by just like the possibility of being able to be an artist researcher. So I really wanted to document the process by like having a blog for each week from our meetings and also documenting what I was creating in that time. So yeah, production started really early for me. And in the first week, it was a lot of kind of just thinking about like what does place mean to me and what came to mind for me thinking about like what my role is as an artist researcher. The third week of production was really monumental for me. And I say that because it was the beginning of what is now a series of work that I called Life Cycles. And it began with this image that somebody had sent to me that I thought was really beautiful that looks at the stages of like strawberries from little bud to big berry. And I used these paints that I was super ecstatic about, which are made by Anong, who runs Beam Paints and owns Beam Paints. Feel free to check out more about her work. It's an Indigenous brand. And also I started to paint fruits. I finished up my embroidery, and it was really like I think things started to come together for me at this point. Making work about nature and of natural elements with paint that's made from natural elements like honey, and then like encased in wood. It was just like it all felt like it was coming together for me. Originally, what I was planning to do was have a film that I created be installed, and that film was about water, feeling calm in water, feeling most comfortable and like in my body, and also how soothing it is for me to be in water as a disabled person. I ultimately decided that I didn't want to show that at the Bentway or have it in the exhibition because there is nudity, and I just like didn't feel comfortable with that being like around my peers, and also like in a project and program that's, you know, like youth focused, and it just like didn't feel like the right fit. So I ended up deciding to pull that from the exhibition, but instead, you know, my space and my place and my involvement in this project has been virtual all the way through. And at the very end, due to health reasons, I couldn't be at the Bentway or any of the other sites that we had. But I was concurrently working on a project for Bricks and Glitter, and it was called CRIP COLLAB, which is this amazing zine with 15 different artists that are disabled and racialized, most of whom being Black and Indigenous, with folks from across Canada and then in the US, and one person from Australia. And it's basically just a zine by disabled folks about their experience of like being disabled, the difficulties of it, the joys of it, like having community in that. And that's kind of like my final piece and what I would consider like my installation for this project. So through my involvement with Alternative Pride through Bricks and Glitter virtually, working on the zine, doing crowdfunding and fundraising for community, my Mother's Day posts, my Father's Day posts, and just like some other posts about grief and like what I was experiencing at the time, I was able to carve out space for myself and what I was feeling on the internet and like within social media, especially when certain posts went viral. And my intention with sharing this work is for it to be affirming to other folks that are experiencing something similar, and also just to like get things off my chest and process them in a way that feels good for me. Yeah, so that's a little bit about my involvement in the project. I hope that you check out the other amazing artists' work as well and see what they had to say about their final installed works and performances. And yeah, thank you so much for listening, and hopefully we will see each other in person soon. Bye.